Installation procedure for the Cyclops X Purge Controller SM version. Single enclosure. Note: recommendations for how purge or pressurization systems should be connected are as follows. Installation locations should be selected for best ease of viewing of system pressure gauges and/or visual alarms. 2. All tubing, piping, and fittings that are selected should be suitable for the location where they will be installed, used, and protected from damage. 3. No valves shall be installed between the purge pressurization system and enclosure. Always refer to appropriate ATEX, CEC, IECEX, NEC/NFPA, and UL standards for proper installation and required tests for certification of any complete purge pressurization system installed on enclosure. Multiple enclosures in series. Note: recommendations for how purge or pressurization systems should be connected in multiple enclosure installations include the single enclosure recommendations plus the following. 1. Enclosures in series should be connected from smallest to largest enclosure. 2. Connections between enclosures should be appropriately sized to allow proper operation of purge pressurization system and proper purge gas flow through enclosures. 3. Conduit and wireways can be used as protected enclosures or as connections between enclosures. The volumes of these conduit and wireways should be included in the overall volume to be diluted before power can be applied. The first enclosure in series should have purge gas supply to enclosures. The last enclosure in series should have purge gas exhaust from enclosures and pressure reference point for indication and/or alarm. Hazardous area installation. Flammable gases or vapors lighter than air. Note: recommendations for installation in hazardous areas with flammable gases or vapors that are lighter than air are as follows. 1. The purge gas inlet supply connection should enter the enclosure near the bottom corner of the enclosure. 2. The enclosure exhaust vent should be installed near an extreme opposite top corner of the enclosure. Flammable gases or vapors heavier than air. Note: recommendations for installation in hazardous areas with flammable gases or vapors that are heavier than air are as follows. 1. The purge gas inlet supply connection should enter the enclosure near the top corner of the enclosure. 2. The enclosure exhaust vent should be installed near an extreme opposite bottom corner of the enclosure. For overall unit dimensions, hole sizes, and locations required to mount and interface the unit to an enclosure, refer to Purge Solutions Cyclops X Purge Controller SM version User's Manual. 1. For the Cyclops X Purge Controller SM version mounting hole template, use drawing number DO-50011. 2. For the Cyclops X Purge Controller SM version 115-volt AC wiring diagram, use drawing number DO-50007. 3. For the Cyclops X Purge Controller SM version 230-volt AC wiring diagram, Use drawing number DO-50008. The following procedure should be performed when installing the Cyclops X Purge Controller SM version. Review all of the material in the manual prior to installing and interfacing the Cyclops X Purge Controller SM version to the enclosure which it will be monitoring. This installation shows mounting the unit on the left side of the enclosure. Alternatively, the unit can be mounted on the right side of the enclosure. Step 1. Make sure the area surrounding the enclosure in which the Cyclops X Purge Controller SM version will be installed is known to be non-hazardous. Step 2. After it has been assured that the area surrounding the enclosure is known to be non-hazardous, open the enclosure door. Step 3. Select a location to mount the unit. Choose a location on the enclosure that is farthest away from the Purge gas inlet kit to achieve best dilution results. The mounting location should permit adequate viewing of the Cyclops X Purge Controller's LED and exhaust from the vent. Step 4. Use the mounting hole template, drawing number DO-50011, to accurately locate the mounting holes. Use the mounting hole pattern, drawing number DO-50011, to produce a 1:1 scale template. Tape the 1:1 template to the outside of the enclosure. The required hole locations can then be transferred and/or marked using the centers of the holes as shown on the 1:1 template. Step 5. Drill or punch all holes per the sizes specified on the mounting hole template, drawing number DO-50011. Step 6. Before mounting the Cyclops X Purge Controller SM version, install the gasket provided as shown. Step 7. After the gasket has been installed, align the Cyclops X Purge Controller SM version to the mounting holes. Step 8. Use the 10 sets of nuts, split lock washers, and flat washers provided with the unit to mount the Cyclops X Purge Controller SM version to the enclosure. Tighten fasteners until the gasket is completely compressed against the surface of the enclosure. Step 9. Connect up to 10 gauge 3-conductor cable for power to the Cyclops X Purge Controller SM version. Use wiring diagram drawing number DO-50007 for 115 volt AC unit wire terminal strip locations and DO-50008 for 230 volt AC unit wire terminal strip locations. Step 10. Connect up to 10 gauge 3-conductor cable for power from the Cyclops X Purge Controller to the electrical equipment in the enclosure to be monitored and controlled by the Cyclops X Purge Controller SM version. Use wiring diagram drawing number DO-50007 for 115 volt AC unit wire terminal strip locations and DO-50008 for 230 volt AC unit wire terminal strip locations. Step 11. If applicable, connect up to 10 gauge 3-conductor cable for automatic leakage compensation purge gas inlet kit solenoid valve to the Cyclops X Purge Controller SM version. Use wiring diagram drawing number DO-50007 for 115 volt AC unit
wire terminal strip locations, and DO-50008 for 230 volt AC unit wire terminal strip locations. Step 12. Connect up to 20 gauge 2-conductor wire for alarm signals from the Cyclops X Purge Controller SM version. Use wiring diagram drawing number DO-50007 for 115 volt AC unit wire terminal strip locations and DO-50008 for 230 volt AC unit wire terminal strip locations. Caution: this apparatus must be earth grounded. Refer to Installation Section 4, Figure 1 in the Cyclops X Purge Controller SM version User's Manual for proper ground connection detail. Step 13. After routing and terminating the wires into the terminal strips on the Cyclops X Purge Controller SM version, secure these wires using proper lead dress. Step 14. After wires have been properly dressed, set automatic dilution time cycle to ensure that at least 5 times the volume of free space in the enclosure is exchanged before power is automatically applied to the electrical equipment. Refer to Cyclops X Purge Controller SM version User's Manual Startup Procedure for proper steps to set dilution time cycle. Step 15. After dilution time has been set, you may close the door. The Cyclops X Purge Controller SM version installation is complete, and the unit is ready to monitor the purged pressurized enclosure. Warning: failure to heed the following information may lead to injury of personnel or equipment damage. Before installing the Cyclops X Purge Controller SM version, electrical power wiring must be checked for correct size and routing. Refer to all ATEX or IECEX certificates for any special conditions of use. If an X appears after the certificate number, it indicates that the equipment or protective system is subject to special conditions for safe use specified in the schedule of the certificate.